The song Please Me by Bruno Mars and Cardi B, released on February 15th, peaked at number 5 on Billboard Hot 100 and stayed there from about February 24th to March 2nd. You could describe this song as mellow, pretty sensual. It was an R&B song, and it was quite different from the last song that Bruno Mars and Cardi B collaborated on called Finesse. Although I must say, the hip-hop angle that Cardi B took on this song was quite edgy and risque. So as I said before, the song Please Me is an R&B song, and it's pretty edgy, and it has some sexual banter that goes on between Cardi B and Bruno Mars. What caught my attention specifically is when Cardi B rapped, "Don't want no young dumb ish, better F me like we listening to Jodeci." I honed in on this lyric because I was curious to know the connection between music and sex. I mean, Cardi B was talking about having sex to a specific R&B group. For those of you who don't know, Jodeci was pretty popular during the 90s. They had a bunch of R&B songs, specifically Freakin' You and Forever My Lady were some of their biggest hits. But aside from that point, music and sex. So there is a connection between music and sexual intimacy or intimacy in general. For example, when you're listening to a song and you're really vibing with it, you're really feeling the music, there's a brain chemical or a neurotransmitter called dopamine that gets released. Dopamine makes people feel good. It makes them feel euphoric or in a blissful state. Same happens during sex. Dopamine is released. Well, that's if you're enjoying the sex or if there's no issue going on. Yeah. But for the most part, dopamine gets released during sex because you're feeling good, you're aroused, you're in this euphoric state. Also, there's social bonding. So for example, if you're at a concert and you're listening to music, let's say with Beyonce or something, and you're with a group of people, you all are feeling it together, you're all singing the lyrics, and there might be a camaraderie there. Or if you're playing in a band or you're playing in a group, you're playing different instruments. You got the sax here, you got the drummers here, you got the bass guitar, and you all are vibing. That's a social bonding experience. And then there's bonding through sex. I mean, what better way to bond with someone than through this act? I mean, this is the closest you'll ever be to somebody else. So along with the similarities that music and sex share, there's also the ability of music to influence sexual behaviors. But first, let's talk about lyrics. For a person who's listening to raunchy lyrics, that might influence them to engage in sexual behaviors because the brain. Especially when you consider young people. I mean, if they're subjected to sexually explicit lyrics, they're probably going to want to explore, they're probably going to want to test these things out. So if Cardi B says, "Better F me like we listening to Jodeci," a younger person might say, "Ooh, who's Jodeci?" And then they'll put on Jodeci and they'll be like, "Oh shoot, this makes me want to have sex." Yay! Probably not like that, but you know what I mean. There was also a study done by Sonos, which is a home audio company, that found individuals who listen to music out loud together, well, intimate partners, are more likely to have sex. This study, which comprised 30,000 people from around the world, found that couples who listen to music out loud together were 67% more likely or likelier to have sex with each other as opposed to couples that did not listen to music out loud together. And now for the moment we've all been waiting for, having sex to music. So for people who have sex to music, they might find that they follow the rhythmic cadence. So if they're having sex with their partner, you know, you have the that's probably how you're gonna have sex. You're gonna be like Or if you have more mellow music, then somebody's probably gonna have sex slower. So it all depends. Fun fact, listening to relaxing music, which is music with low pitch, slow tempo, and no lyrics, can help people ease out during sex. Like, it makes them easier, it can heighten arousal states, and it could ease stress. So the question is, what music do you listen to during sex? Nah, I'm just playing. There are mixed opinions when it comes to having sex while listening to music. Some people believe it could throw them off, especially if you have a playlist and a song that's not that attractive comes on. And other people believe it could heighten the experience. Funny enough, there was an article in Cosmopolitan that came out and it showed that Please Me was one of the songs that people listened to during sex. So bringing it back full circle, don't want no young dumb ish, better F me like we listening to Jodeci. Cardi probably has a point. People probably had sex to Jodeci back in the 90s, probably still today, because R&B music somehow gets us to connect with each other. Rhythm and blues. Although when I'm thinking about blues, I'm not really thinking about having sex, I'm thinking about crying in a corner. Anyways, that wraps it up for this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Chemistry Productions YouTube channel to find more content that we are producing. And we got to celebrate for a minute because we got over 100 followers on Tumblr. I know, 100 followers, what's that? But it's still an accomplishment. I mean, 100 is a big milestone, 1,000 is a big milestone. We got to celebrate the little victories here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Chemistry Productions.